Hello everyone, and welcome to another Sacred Living meditation from Evo Faith. As always, this video is connected with Wednesday's podcast, so you may want to watch, read, or listen to that first if you haven't already. Parts of this practice will repeat what we've done in the last couple of weeks. This is to allow you to take your mind offline for a while and allow your heart and body to engage a little more deeply. It also helps to integrate the practice more fully into your life through repetition. And so I encourage you to engage just as deeply and intentionally with the repeated parts as you do with the parts that are new. As we begin now, become still and prepare your body, heart, and mind. Deepen and slow your breathing. Be present to this moment and ground yourself in your body and in your space. Take 3 deep breaths as you open to the practice ahead. And now become aware of the divine presence as you light a candle. Gaze at the flame for as long as you need, and allow yourself to commune with Spirit. And if any words or images come into your mind, just hold them for a few moments. And when you're ready, clear your mind of anything that defines or describes God, and lay aside any words or pictures that have arisen in you. Blow out your candle as a symbol of releasing your familiar ideas of God. If any words or images return or new ones arise, that's fine. Just lay them aside again. Try to stay with a sense of mystery and transcendence without defining or describing it. Now pray with me, or simply sit in stillness for a few moments. We come before you, great eternal mystery, and release all definitions, categories, assumptions, and limitations. Just for this moment, we seek to move beyond our ideas and allow ourselves to be present with what is beyond our words. We seek to dename our names and allow ourselves to be present with you without trying to grasp you, describe you, or define you. We celebrate the mystery that is beyond human understanding. We give thanks for a reality that is more than we can apprehend or explain. And we are silent and still as we open to that which we can only know in our deepest, most intuitive selves. Amen. And now we shift our awareness to the eternal mystery. Take 3 deep breaths as you prepare for this encounter. Remember the moment when you recognized in yourself the first seeds of faith, the dawning realization that you believed in something or someone, the curious awareness that there was more to your world than you had known, and that there was some presence, some life, some unnameable energy that filled you and your world. Perhaps you moved slowly and cautiously into the realm of spirit, dipping your toes into the ocean of mystery to test the waters, and then gently immersing yourself over time as faith took hold of you. Or perhaps you jumped in all at once, eagerly splashing into this new experience with all the joy and abandon of an excited child. It is of no consequence how you found faith within you. All that matters is that you did. And it matters because it has shaped and formed you. Your senses have been attuned to experience the world in a certain way. Your mind has been coached to interpret and make sense of reality according to what have felt like unquestionable truths. Your heart and body have been trained to respond in particular ways to certain situations, rituals, and interactions. And they have learned to hold back or shut down in response to certain other stimuli. Your opinions, reactions, hopes, dreams, fears, and dreads, what has brought you pride and what has brought you regret, what brings tears to your eyes of joy or sorrow, have all been irresistibly influenced by the world of faith in which you live. And while you can name the goodness, truth, and beauty that you have found in this world, it hasn't been without pain, shame, disappointment, and perhaps even trauma. While much of the time it feels like this is just how reality is, that there is nothing to interrogate or wonder about, you can't shake the feeling that creeps up on you in unguarded moments that perhaps life could be different, that what you believe could be different, that you could be different. While it may feel unnecessary to reflect on your faith journey or to evaluate what has become so familiar to you, perhaps there is life and wisdom to be found by looking with new eyes at what you believe. Perhaps there is even something to learn from those who have turned away from faith in God altogether. It isn't easy to question, to review, to open yourself to think differently. Your faith is a treasure held tightly within your heart, and it has given you meaning and helped you to make sense of a chaotic world. You cannot explore new realms without honoring and giving thanks for the path that you have walked and the truths that have sustained you in both the lightest and the darkest times. So take a few moments now to remember and revere your spiritual journey, your spiritual self, and the spiritual environment which has nurtured you for so long. And now, turn to the call to dive deeper into the mystery. Do not fear that in walking into the unknown and unfamiliar, you will lose the treasure within your heart. Have no anxiety that you could be walking away from the divine or discarding the gift of your faith. There is nowhere you could go that would sever your connection with the life that birthed you. There is nothing you could think that would erase the beauty, truth, and goodness that you have discovered. There is nothing you could do that could ever take you beyond the reach of love. But within you, often unheard and unacknowledged, is that voice. You've heard it. You know it. It has called to you. You may have been afraid to give it your attention. You may have resisted leaving the comfort of the faith you have known. You may have wanted to silence the questions growing within you. But you know that that voice means you no harm. You can sense that there is a richer, wilder, more awakened life that awaits you. You cannot silence the longing to throw off the constraints and thou shalt nots and run headlong into the free and breathless reality that beckons. You know that you now need to open yourself to voices that you may have rejected before. You are ready to embrace the paradox that those who claim no faith, those you have known as atheists, have something to teach you about faith. You know that God is beyond definitions and doctrines, and so even within your faith, there must be a place for letting go of names and certainty. Authentic faith must be, at least to some extent, atheistic. And if you are to believe truly and fully and vibrantly, you will need to allow yourself to embrace atheism, A/theism, as an integral part of your spiritual being. Now the time has come. Now is the time to listen to the voice that draws you away from what you have known and into the mystery. Now is the time to release your clearly named God and allow the Spirit to show you faces and forms of the divine that you could never have imagined until now. Now come back to the familiar. Feel yourself being held by whatever is supporting your body in this moment, a chair, a pillow, a cushion. Become aware again of your surroundings. Take one deep breath and light your candle again as a sign of your expanded awareness of the more, and as a commitment to continue the journey into the free, mysterious, and vibrant life that you are discovering. And now as you gaze at the flame again, take a few moments to reflect on the mystery. Name the names through which you connect with the more. God, Father, Mother, Spirit, Jesus, Lord, Creator, Beloved, Divine Friend, Cosmic Consciousness. Add any others that have meaning for you. Hold each cherished name for a moment and give thanks for what it has taught you, what it has meant to you. And then when you're ready to dename that name, release it. and resist the urge to replace it with another well-defined label. Sit with the unnamed. Experience the unknowable. Receive the presence and being of the indefinable into yourself. Be still and know without knowing. Consider what it would mean to both name and dename God as a constant way of being. Notice any physical sensations, emotions, questions, or thoughts that arise. Try not to avoid or resist any discomfort that may emerge, but sit with it and allow it to tell you what it wants to say. Take as much time as you need. And when you're ready to end your meditation, go into the rest of the week with the intention to seek out new names and experiences of God in the people and places around you. Whenever you catch a glimpse of a new divine manifestation, be sure to notice it deliberately, and then use your journal to integrate what you've discovered or experienced into yourself and your life. Take one last deep breath to energize yourself again after this practice. Remember to stay connected to the sacred, and I'll see you soon for our next practice together.